What? Well, that's not what I fucking typed. There. What's up, Patrick? Hey, you're here. Sorry, I was resetting the sub goal because it glitches. It fucking glitches, bruh. It fucking glitches, bruh. What is up? Back at it again. Did I miss something? In the stream? In this stream? No. Did you miss something yesterday? Not really. I forget when you left. We got another gym badge. And when does Vibrava evolve, or when does Trapinch evolve into Vibrava? They might have changed it. Trapinch. No, you didn't miss much. We got another gym badge, and then we freaking at level 35. Okay, maybe we will. We caught your guy. We got you. We got Trapinch. We'll probably train you up today. Today's gonna be a training day. Today's gonna be a chill. Who the fuck is KJ? I just be naming people. Some of these. Okay, so I caught a couple of these guys off stream last night and started training them. So yeah, KJ's just a random person. Pulpster, like, KJ's nobody. I just named it something. Pulpster is someone from chat though, or one of my mods. Yeah, shit, yeah. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, today we're gonna be grinding. We're gonna be training our guys up. We're gonna be building our team, pretty much. Because we have 4 of the members of our final team, or at least the final team that I want. So let's just do that today, I guess. So we're gonna be freaking, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. We're gonna be freaking grinding. Oh. Jeez, man. Yawn, yawn, yawn. All I do is yawn, 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 no matter what. So let's get some freaking music going, bro. Let's get some vibes. That's probably super loud. I am sorry. Too loud? Yeah, sorry. I forgore. I'm sorry for the ear. Because when I'm not wearing headphones, everything gets so much louder for some reason. It gets like so much louder. I apologize. I need to remember. Got a new girl. No? Eh? Ooh. Fuck you, mate. What is you talking about, Dragunov? Whatever. See, for like super grindy stuff like this, I wish I had like slack off EVs. I wish I had like media share on. You know, because we're just grinding. 1 HP. What the fuck? DJ Voss, what's up? What's up, DJ? So, okay. So the reason why we're training here, I'll try to explain it for the uninitiated. So there's things in this game called EVs, which stands for effort values, okay? They affect your Pokemon stats. Basically, it's pretty simple to get Pokemon that excel in a certain stat, right? Some Pokemon are better attackers. It's very windy, bro. It's very windy for me too, bro. Yes, I need to say that. I don't know if my internet's gonna go out. It is windy as hell. I doubt it will, but if I start lagging, that's why. It's super fucking windy here. Anyways, so back to Pokemon. So the reason why we're training here, not just on the strongest things, is depending on who you train against, you'll get more stats for that stat, right? So I want this guy to be really good at attacking. So right now I'm training him on Pokemon that give attack stat EVs, which typically are like fighting types and other Pokemon like that, right? Fighting types are really good at physical fight, right? So you can do that for every stat, right? Last night I trained on some rock types for some defense, right? So it's not too hard to understand, you know, it makes sense. So that's what we're doing here. So that's why it might be a bit, because again, I'm not training on the highest level that we could, but that's okay. You kind of want them to be lower, because where it gets kind of a little bit more confusing, so there's obviously a max amount of stats a Pokemon can have. What the fuck? And so for effort values, you have, I believe it's like 512 effort values in total. I don't know why they chose that number, but they did. You can put 250, the max amount of effort values you can get into one stat is 252. So what I'm going for 200, so for this person, for this Sandslash. Again, we're not going to be using it. I'm just training it right now because I want to for the next gym leader. But again, I want to focus mainly. Oh, you can't see shit. This, okay, I mean, you don't need to see, but he has really good attack and really good defense. So I'm trying to get him maxed out on attack and maxed out on defense. I want those to be, you know, as like in any game, min-maxing important stuff. So that's what I'm doing. So last night I trained it in defense, and now I'm training it in attack. And we want those to be the max that they can. 252. 252 attack, 252 defense, so they can be the max amount that they can. That doesn't mean that the attack and defense will be at level 252. It's a different stat value. Maybe a bit confusing. I think I explained it well enough. But that's basically what we're doing and why we're not like, I'm not training on like level 30 Pokemon right now. Because this is, pretty much everybody on this route gives attack stats, which is what I want right now for this guy. So I think that made sense. That's kind of why it takes a long time, but it's an investment. And again, we'll do that for like every Pokemon. Defense, special attack. Especially in a game like this, where, you know, the enemies are like that too. It's gonna be very important to do that. So anyways, I think that made sense. Hopefully it made sense. Thought Pokemon was a simple kids game. It can be. This doesn't really matter. You don't really need to do this. I didn't really do this in the last playthrough, right? In the last playthrough, where it was just a regular game, I just got good Pokemon. I did EV train them a little bit because that's how my brain works now, because I want them to be optimized. So it feels wrong to me now when they're not optimized, you know, when I'm not optimizing them. I just like feel like, okay, I'm doing it wrong. Right? This stuff doesn't really matter in casual playthroughs. But that's why the ROM hacks like this exist, and they make the game harder. Because now you have to optimize your Pokemon, right? Usually it only typically matters when you're fighting another competitive, like, real-life player, right? But now they put competitive real-life players into AI with the ROM hacks. So yeah, Pokemon, it's not, I mean, it's like somewhat complicated, but definitely the least complicated probably in like games like this, right? But yeah. This is not really, in regular playthroughs, you're not going to really see this. It's not really needed. You'll get through the game just fine without it. But in a hard game like this, it is needed. So, but I kind of like that more. It's more fun and interesting, and it's more like thought-provoking, you know? Instead of just like, okay, I'm just playing through the game with Pokemon. I am actually like, okay, I want this guy to have this many attack, this much attack stat, this much speed, you know? It's more fun. More interesting. Beep, 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 blue, beep. I wonder how much the winds are here. Yeah, it is windy as fuck. Oh, does it tell me? Up to 22 miles per hour. That can't be true. At least not exactly where I'm at. It is windy as hell here. Does it not tell me on the weather app? Also, I downloaded that trading card game. There's a new Pokemon trading card game. I downloaded it. Kind of cool. So the next gym is an electric gym. Now, electric types are only weak to ground. Hence why I am training. So, as you see here, right? So, I've trained in attack and defense. And a little bit in HP because I'm not really optimizing it that much. Because, like, HP and defense kind of work hand in hand. So, as you see on this level up, right? Like, special attack and special defense. Like, I didn't even get any special defense with that level up. But I'm getting 3 defense and 2 attack, right? And that's because I've only trained on Pokemon giving attack and defense, and none giving special defense. How is ground stronger than electric? The way I think about it is like, you know, like electricity, it goes through metal, you know, but it goes through it goes through water well, but through the ground it can't really travel that well. That's how I think about it. But I don't know why they chose it like that. It's also not, electric is not that good against grass, right? But grass is not super effective against it, but it resists it. So, you know, it's like, oh, the electricity can't get through the grass. Yo, what's going on? Yeah. What's up, Bozo? We're grinding. We're EV training. I assume maybe you know what EV training is. Are you a Pokemon guy? I forget. But I just explained EV training. And that's what we're going to kind of be doing this today. It's probably going to be a couple hours of EV training. What the fuck was that? What, my singing? You know the song where it's like, so I cry to myself when I'm lying in bed to get it all out what's in my head. Yeah. You know, you have to. It's like an internet classic. That's like one of the most classic memes. And he says, and then he goes, what's going on? Yeah. And I said, hey, yeah. You know, it's how the song goes. I see He-Man. Yeah. It's that one. It's He-Man singing the song. What does the expert belt item do? Slightly boosts the power of super effective moves. That's kind of good. Okay, so I cry to myself when I'm lying in bed. So these guys probably give speed EVs. I'm not really trying to get that. I could be wrong though. I'll check. Doduo EVs. What EVs does Doduo give? Oh, they give an attack EV actually. Okay. So we can fight them. Really bad. Dunsparce, does Aipom give attack? No way. Yeah, Aipom gives speed. I'll run away from these guys. We're not really trying to get these shits. Probably gives HP as well. Okay, so this guy can have a expert belt on him, which is a good item. What are the odds, though? It's like... 5%. Maybe I catch him and say, fuck it. Maybe we get lucky. Numa, Numa, Numa. That one? Man, he still did a lot of damage. Oh boy. Uniform details have changed. That fat guy singing it and dancing, yeah. Numa, Numa, Numa. Nice. No, we're not gonna nickname that one. We're not gonna use that one. Hopefully he has an item on him, because that would be an item to have. Does throw give attack or like defense? I mean, either way, maybe not bad. 2 HP. Okay. Maya, Maya, oh, Maya, Maya. Yeah, that's some good shit right there. Do I use a potion here? Fuck it. It's your life. I wonder if this guy, he probably has an expert belt on him. Jiminy Christmas, Jiminy Christmas. A very cozy and chill stream today. Thanks. I hope so. I hope so. I think it will be too. Yeah, we're gonna be grinding. Okay, I grinded, I don't know, honestly probably for like an hour last night. Leveling up. I don't know what the next gym is. I don't know what the levels are for the next gym. So... I would imagine late 30s. If the last gym was like early 30s, right? I think the highest was 30. Then the next gym will probably be, whatchamacallit, late 30s. I doubt it goes to the 40s yet. Maybe it's mid 30s. So I don't know. We'll probably aim for like level 37 and we'll go into the gym. So that means 5 more levels on a good amount of Pokemon. Yeah, it'll probably be grinding most of the day today. Half of the stream, maybe, perhaps. So yeah, if there's something that, you know, so like in streams like this, because I've played Pokemon in the past, and usually when I do this, or like when I play a grindy game like this, like literally one time, I, whatchamacallit, was playing Roblox, fucking Roblox Roller Coaster Tycoon. I'd like to maybe put like another video on screen. That might be a little bit brain rot, but I don't know. I would love to do like media share with these types of streams, but I'm not big enough for that yet. I don't think. I mean, I also don't know how to set it up. Media share, for those who don't know, is you guys can donate for me to watch videos. Well, for the stream to watch videos. So yeah, I mean, I'm fine with just listening to music, but you know, I hope that it doesn't get too boring for people. So I don't know. If there's something else I could put on screen. I'm fine with reacting to videos, you know? Like at the same time, simultaneously. I don't know. I'll have to think about it, I guess. Okay, how we do that? What, the media share thing? I don't know. I have to set it up. It's like through Streamlabs, something like that. I've never done it before. Bigger streamers do it a good amount. Sounds complicated. Maybe to set up. It's not really complicated for the viewers. I think the viewers, to play the video, I think you just donate and then with the link, and then it would play. Silence. Grind moments. Yeah, true. So yeah. Also, obviously, I mean, I don't think anybody would send in a risky video, but typically, you know, when bigger streamers do it, they have their mods review the videos before it goes up on screen, obviously. So I'd like to do that, and I mean, I do have mods, but they got their own lives and shit, so... Black belt, none. Okay, well... My money on Dragunov. Yeah. What is the black belt item? I think this just increases fighting type moves. Which is useful. For that. How you doing, Patrick? How was your flight? But again, listen to music. I like listening to music. Pokemon music's goated. Fuck it, I'll find him. I think he gives HP. Or defense, which both are fine. No way. You missed, bro. You missed and fell asleep, bro. This guy. Alright. Very tiring. Was it a super duper long fight? I wonder what Snubble gives. Does Snubble give attack? It does, okay. No, 1.5 hours. Well, at least it wasn't super long, but I get it. It's still tiring, yeah, and stressful, and it's just like, made it feel like 10, yeah. I get you, I get you. Well, I'm glad that you got there safely. That is good, that is good. That is good, no? So does Sock... So the red rock guy gives 2 health EVs. I wonder if this guy gives 2 attack EVs. It does. Oh, that's pretty good. Two birds with one stone. Are they rock fighting? Nah, these guys are just fighting types. I don't think they got changed. I don't see anything in my paperwork that say they got changed to rock fighting. Would be interesting though. I don't know if there even is a rock fighting type. I'm literally gonna look that up. Rock fighting type Pokemon. Oh yeah, Terrakion. I think that's literally it. I think there's one legendary. Rock fighting type Pokemon. Is there a rock and fighting type Pokemon? And then in the most newest one, they added the newest game. They added one. Huh. Interesting. Terrakion. Ooh. What's up, Starfish? Starfish. We are EV grinding today. We are on to the 4th gym. So I'm building a ground team. Not a full ground team, because I'm not gonna fill up my team up with ground types. But we're gonna have 3. But also we have 4 of the 6 endgame team members that I want to have, so I think we'll just EV train them today, because when we're at that point in the game where we kind of can. Bling, 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 bling. Like, look at that. +4 attack. Beautiful. How you doing, Starfish? Blum, bum, 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 bum. Chillin'? Hell yeah. What about Poison Fairy? I think there is fairies technically at work right now. Ooh, are you work from home, or are you actually like in an office? Speaking of work, I have a shift tomorrow, later in the day, so I will try to stream, but it'll be early and probably short. Home today? Oh, nice. Let's run away from this duo. We don't want their EVs. Okay, sorry. But yes, Poison Fairy, I think, does exist. I think, if you look up Galarian wheezing and Galarian coughing is, like, one of the first examples of that. Fairy is a fairly... Oh, see what I did there? I mean, not fairly new, I guess. I guess it's been... Dude, when did X and Y come out? 2014, 2015? So I guess it's been almost 10 years since Fairy came out. That's kind of crazy to think about. But, I mean, okay, comparative to the rest of the Pokemon world, they're kind of new. So, like, Fairy is not in this game. But yes, there is Fairy Poison. Probably a couple. They're pretty good. A lot of the weirder stats are really good, or types are really good in the newer games. I see a weird monkey. There might be, like, a legendary. They added some legendary ones called like frickin' Okie Dokie and some weird shit like that. I don't know. I'll look it up and I'll be able to tell you in a second. Fezandipity. Galarian Weezing is the only fairy and poison type Pokemon ever created. Okay, this is old though. That is 2020. Get back to work, Song Countries. Sorry, man. Monkey Dory. Yeah, those goofy motherfuckers. We'll leave these guys. We'll go heal up. Alright, okay, since... Nah, never mind. Something very big in the United States happened yesterday. And I'm not going to really talk about it. Because I just don't really want to. The only thing I will say about it is, goddamn, I'm going to have to uninstall every social media app I have. Holy shit. I woke up this morning, even last night. I mean, some of it is kind of funny, I will be honest, but a lot of it is really cooked. A lot of it is insanely cooked, and probably just for my mental health, it would be best to get off of it for literally like a month and just play Pokemon forever. Will I do that? Most likely not, because it's not really affecting me that much. But some things I do see, I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. Return to Caveman, actually. Literally, that's what I thought. I was gonna, like, message or, like, say... I was like, oh, if he's in stream tomorrow. But, yes, I literally need to unplug. I should probably unplug. But, what I will say is I'm sure everybody will be okay. We're gonna keep on keeping on, as the world has. And just try our best, and everything's gonna be fine. And I think people not thinking that, listen, I understand. Ooh, a Heracross. Oh, I'm not even catching that anymore. I'm lost. What's going on? The United States election was yesterday, and Mr. Trump won. No opinion on that. You know, listen, I mean, I have an opinion on that, but I'm not gonna voice that opinion here. Because, again, this is not the place for it. What I am voicing my opinion over is people making postings online. It's actually cooked. Like, I get it. I get the emotions and stuff. Oh! Literal criminal, by the way. Yeah. Hey, okay, sorry DJ, I didn't see your YouTube chat, but I will see you later. We would be okay. Bro, literally, I was thinking that. Bro, she didn't, okay. In one of my friend's servers, I was cracking a good amount of jokes last night. It was kind of late at night, though, so I don't think much people saw it. I was thinking of maybe making jokes in my server, but I didn't want to, nobody was talking about it in my server. But yeah, I was thinking about Julia, because Julia was not responding to the jokes that I was making. So, not that it's funny. Oh, God. See, I'm already going to get myself into hot water. I thought people talk about politics on this app. They do. I'm not opposed to it. Listen, I'm not afraid to talk about it. I just don't want to, I don't want to get too deep into it, you know? I'm not trying to spark a whole debate. But yes, I'm sure everything will be fine. I would hope. No, I'm not gonna go, again, we're not trying to get too deep into it. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. It happened before. We were fine. Nothing really happened. And yeah, should block me. What? Why? Gulp. We'll name this in case we use this, I guess. Back to Pokemon Go, exactly. Okay, I have to say one thing, though. I have to say one thing that I saw about, because, again, it's just, like, genuinely, I'm not trying to hate on everybody, I'm not trying to hate, but it's just genuinely kind of silly, and it made me laugh. I saw a post that someone made, and it was like, so I just have to go to school and act like nothing happened, and the top comment was, it's what she would want. I think referring to Kamala Harris, and that just makes me laugh a little bit, because I'm like, nobody really cared about her. I didn't realize people cared about her, and now they're like, it's what she would want. Like, it's some fucking feminist, like, I don't know, like, who do people like? Like, fucking Sabrina Carpenter, right? I'm like, okay, come on now. Nobody liked her that much. Anyways. It's just silly. It's just silly. Okay, okay. Anyways, yes, Pokemon. Who wants to be named after the Charmander? Huh. Starfish? Okay. I don't know if we're gonna use this, but maybe we will. We'll name it Star again. Hot Lizzie? Ugh, what the fuck? I call dibs on next Pokemon. Alright. I think I named a Pokemon after you already, Ami. And you kind of carried one of the fights. You're right here, buddy. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna mute real quick. Okay, Ami, if you, okay, is the ad break over? Are you here, Ami? Earth to Ami, Earth to Ami. But yes, I did get yours, Patrick. You're in the PC right now because I wanted to EV train you correctly to make you the peak of what you can. I'll be pulling you out soon. Earth to Ami, here, I started battle, but we already got you. You're our flyer. You're our bird for the playthrough. I'll show you again. This is you. Pretty cool. Actually pretty good. Good ability, good stats. We used you against the 3rd gym. You did good. We'll be honest, don't know if we're gonna use you much more other than flying, but hey, you solidified your position in. Fuck with that bird. It's a pretty cool bird. It's called Swellow. Yeah, it's pretty cool bird. Okay, I need to catch these guys because I need that expert belt. Yeah, I'm muting every now and then. I got a phone call from a certain someone. And you know, right now more than ever, I have to show my support for women, so I couldn't have declined the call. Fuck, can this guy stay in the ball? Lucky woman is every woman in the United States. Okay, sorry, I don't know what jokes I'm making. Dude, can this guy get captured? I'm about to put him down. Don't say women, I'm scared of them. Sorry, man. Can I just skip this guy's turn? I guess I could just switch out. Can this guy stick the ball? Me? Damn. Bro. This sounds so weak. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'll stack the odds. I'll stack the odds in my favor. I don't care. This guy's getting captured. I need his black belt. What if I, like, save the game? Hold on. I don't know if that's how it works, though, actually. Load state. Boom. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Hi, Tired. I'm Brody Z. Bro, this is criminal, actually. I've thrown 20 Pokeballs. Yeah. He heard my complaints. I was freaking farting. What if we watch, what if while I'm grinding we watch like 100, what if we watch one of those like 2-hour like Pokemon fact videos? Thoughts? Thoughts, everybody? Thoughts? Because I'm looking for some brain rot, you know, I just don't know where I would put it on screen necessarily. Maybe where the chat is? Maybe like bottom left. I don't know. Alright, I'm back. Sorry, apologies. I think he'll live, to be honest. Oh, I was right. Am I the GOAT? Dude, really? After the bad luck with your friend, I thought you would be nice to me and just get in the ball in the first try. And he's not, and he's not, and he's not, and he's not, and he's not. Bro, can I get... When do I get Ultra Balls? Your attention span wouldn't do that, wouldn't be able to do. Whose issue is that? Yeah. So again, I think we're going to try to get our Pokemon to level 36 before going to the gym. I imagine it will be late 30s for this gym. I don't want to look anything up as to spoil. Yeah. Okay, let's go get Lambent Patrick out of the box. Black belt. Fuck you, man. I need an expert belt. Now you're free. Yep, this is you. Defense up, special attack down. Pretty good, to be honest. You are a girl. But hey, that's fine. That's okay. You know? I want to see my other being in action? Your other? Oh, like the other you. I see what you mean. I'm a bit confuzzled. Do I have a Pokemon that could put things to sleep? I don't think so, huh? No. So we just gotta do this raw. Dude, he baits me so hard. He's like, oh, I'm about to get in. Nice. Yeah, we'll train off with both of these, I guess. How the fuck is that move? Damn, that guy lived. Alright. Come on now. Alright. Nice. I don't think this would kill him, yeah. Oh. It's interesting that Pupitar, which is what this Pokemon is, has the heavy, like, weight class already without being Tyranitar. Kind of cool. I never knew that. I never knew that worked like that. Dude, it's not even shaking once. I mean, you're gonna die, man. I like, you either get my ball or you die. Those are the two options for you if you don't want to live, I guess. This guy really doesn't want to live. Huh. Yeah. That's what I thought, motherfucker. Couldn't get away. How? How are you not getting away? Here, when the stream hits an hour, we'll put Brain Rot on, and we'll put a you get my ball or die. Okay now. Live. Is this Pokemon music? It is, okay. Sounds like Mario music. Do we try to catch this guy? I mean, I guess. Surely he doesn't die from this. Oh, excellent bit. Oh, that's okay. Alright. We got 2 shots. 4 shots, I guess, but... A beach level? Yeah, it definitely is. I don't remember this. Come on. Do we use the net ball on him? I mean, fuck it, I guess. Alright, he wants to die. Die then. See what I care. Surely some of the ones that we caught have an expert belt. If not, I don't know. I'll wait till I get Ultra Balls. It's like kind of a waste of money to just get a bunch of Great Balls and like right now at least. Alright. We got so many black belts, though. I guess it's only a 5% chance. We'll come back late. Ugh. Ba-da-ba-da. We're gonna need to solo train. Maybe I should just use Thief. Ooh, that could be a good idea. Wait. I forgot. Now this is a good idea. Now this right here is a good idea. Okay, so now we can just steal. So like if this guy has an expert belt, I steal his ability, or I steal it. And we got it. Wow. Perfect, dude. Look at me. Look at me and my knowledge. Here in my garage. Very good idea. Hey man, you don't need to know. That's all you need. That's all I need from you is for you to know that it was a good idea. You don't need to know, you know, what the idea was, but you knowing that it was a good idea, that's all I need. What does this dumbass little thing even give me? I mean, fuck it. Let's just steal from him more. And people tell me, what? Decapitation? That's when your head gets chopped off. Who are you talking to? So it's good, right? Oh, I get what you're saying because I get what you're okay, hold on, sorry. You know, we know that I'm a little slow sometimes. I get what you're referencing because I was like, oh, at least you know it's a good idea, but you don't. Okay, I see what you did. Okay, don't worry. See, I may not realize it immediately. I get there in the end. Though I was concerned for a second there. I wonder if this guy could have any items on him. No. 100 attack and 99 defense. 100 attack, 100 defense. That's pretty good. All right, we're gonna leave KJ there. Now, here's another thing about Brody Z in these games, right? So I'm Eevee training. You know, so it's like, oh, you know, I'm trying to be optimal. Oh, I just realized that I couldn't like steal because okay, whatever. Because I had the item still. I forgot. That was dumb. Anyways, I roughly keep track of the EVs I get. You know, I don't like, okay, I got exactly 252. I don't really keep track of all that because I'm a, you know. So it's a rough estimate. What's the purpose? When they tell you the gender of a Pokemon, there is no difference. There was like a myth when I was growing up that I believed. We talked about it in another stream, I believe. And I was like, I thought that female Pokemon were faster. That's just not the case. There's no difference. There's no difference between male and female. The only difference is like, the only point of that is so that you can breed them for eggs. Bottom, bump, bottom. What is your purpose? Can I get a ground type move on this guy? Oh, is that the end of the song? Is that the end of the music? Please don't stop the music. So we're gonna have visual difference based on gender. Yeah. Like Pikachu will have a heart on its tail if it's a girl. Alright. Let's get some brain rot up in here. How do I want to do this? I wish I had 3 monitors for this type of stuff, but... 2.5 hours of Pokemon facts to fall asleep to. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Where do I want to place this? Here, I'll have both of my chats popped out. Surely I won't get overwhelmed. I will not be able to see what my stream looks like. But does that really matter? All right. So here's what we're gonna do. Fucking window capture. What is this capture? We'll make another window capture, I guess. Whatever. Bing, ding, 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 ding. All right. Now we're gonna crop, transform, edit, transform. All right. Let's skip the ad.
In the Air Force, we operate as a team of teams. We believe greatness can come from anywhere.
Did you know that there are thousands
Alright.
of Pokemon fan games free to download?
Did you know that there are thousands of Pokemon fan games? Let's crop it by 100 pixels. Let's see how that looks. Let's crop it by another 150. Let's crop it by another 200. Yeah, that looks fine. Ooh, that's a bit short. 250. We'll go 270. Yeah. And then we'll crop the top by what? Let's say 125. All right. A little bit more. 140. A little bit more. 170. Yeah. And then finally, the bottom by like 120. Nice. All right. And we'll move it. We'll put it right there so we don't block. I don't fucking know, actually. Shit. Sure, man. We'll put it right there. Why is it like...
online, and that not even 1% of them have gotten DMCA'd, hit with cease and desists, or otherwise struck down by Nintendo and the Pokemon Company.
Oh,
Some of them were
that's cool.
amongst the best fan games ever made, however. Pokemon Prism, Pokemon Glaze, heck, Pokemon Uranium got nominated for the Game Awards. It might have won, too, if Nintendo hadn't gotten it pulled from the running. My
What?
name is Mooney.
It
In
got
real life, I'm a
nominated
lawyer,
for the
but I
Game
also
Awards?
make videos
I don't
on
believe
my own
that.
channel. Today, though, Did You Know Gaming brought me on for my legal expertise and, I'm told, my calming vocal presence. So in this video, we're going to look at the history of lawyers versus fan games and what made that unfortunate 1% so special that Nintendo went after them while the rest were left unscathed.
Whoa.
We
what is
talked to
that
fan games
game?
creators to get their side of the story, see the legal documents they were served, and learn a little bit about their games. You'll see them soon enough, but first, let's hear from Jana Sheep. She owns PokeCommunity.com,
Jana
a
Sheep?
site that stored and distributed Pokemon fan games for the past 2 decades. She estimates they're home to about 5,000 fan games, only about a dozen of which drew the ire of Nintendo. Some were taken down because they gained too much attention or advertised online too heavily, Sheep told us. Others had their own websites and socials which may have been monetized, but monetizing is the worst idea for a fan game creator, especially in the Nintendo space.
True.
There's no definitive list out there of every title targeted by Nintendo.
This
and
is
the Pokemon
good.
lawyers,
It
but
doesn't block my
seems they
Pokemon. The only
didn't
thing it
strike
blocks is
down
my experience
virtually
game, but
anything
you don't need to
fan-related
see that.
until the mid-2010s. That's when they started to get more protective, some might say aggressive, with regards to Pokemon IP. Like in 2015, when they sued some fans for hosting a Pokemon-themed party with a $2 cover charge.
Pokemon-
Or when they filed multiple lawsuits
What?
against websites for showing
Bro, can't
scans
even
of
have
TCG
Pokemon
cards without their
fucking
permission.
Pokemon parties.
Stuff like that. But it wasn't until 2016
They fucking
that they got
suing
serious about
5-year-olds
taking
for
down
having
fan
Pokemon
games,
parties.
starting with one
Alright,
that was
bro.
both monetized and got a lot of attention, more than its creators ever could have dreamed of. The era of takedowns truly began with Pokemon Uranium, a fan game so popular it's got an entire Bulbapedia-style wiki dedicated to it. It was more than a ROM hack. Developed over 9 years in the RPG Maker XP engine, it added 166 brand new Pokemon species along with a new type, Nuclear Pokemon. The 3 starters were Grass/Steel, Fire/Ground, and Water/Electric types that only
Ladybug.
evolve once, but each
Special
have a
defense
mega
will
evolution
take
to
that.
make up for the lack of a 3rd stage. As for the plot, the player's mom disappears after an explosion at a nearby nuclear power plant, so you're sent to live
This one
with
is
your
weird.
aunt
This
in
fan
the
game is weird to me. I'm gonna be
Pandor
real.
region,
I don't
which is
like this
mostly
one.
based on Brazil. We won't
For the
spoil
Italians
anything
named
past
Mario
the
and
beginning, but
Luigi,
we
true.
will say everything in
can't have that
Pandor
name, by
seems
the way.
strangely suspicious, especially the radioactive legendary threatening to destroy the world. Uranium's got everything you'd expect in an official entry, like online trading and battling, plus more, like built-in Nuzlocke and randomizer modes. The game launched summer of 2016, and in just its first week was downloaded by over 1 million fans who hadn't gotten a new game since Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire 2 years before. Even mainstream outlets like IGN were covering it.
That's not that long,
It's
to be
not
honest.
like a tiny little vertical slice. It's
No,
like a
it's-
whole big full-length Pokemon
It's
game.
an entire Pokemon RPG. I really just want to take a moment to appreciate the
We need
third
Z just
gender
got different
option
moves.
there with the they them pronouns, which is just something you don't see in Pokemon games. Oh,
Pronouns.
Yeah, that was very cute.
They were talking about pronouns?
Like
Okay.
cries for everything.
You can find it on PokemonUranium.com. So give it a shot. It's really cool so far.
Reviewers loved it, like CG Magazine, who scored it a 9.5
We'll
out
put
of
this
10
in the
and
title.
called
We'll
it
put
a
this in the
mature
title.
evolution
I think
of
this
the
is
Pokemon
good.
franchise, more interesting than anything official games had done in a decade. They said
EV
Uranium's the
grinding.
game longtime
Here.
fans deserve. It didn't
Blaze
take long for
Black
Nintendo to take
EV
note.
grinding.
We talked to Uranium's two main creators, JV and Oripoke. They said a week after launch, they got served a DMCA takedown notice, which
Chilling
effectively
and
ended their
watching
ability to share
obscure
download links. They figured, okay, that's kind of scary, but we can still
facts.
continue development and just release
That's
patches
good
for the
clickbait
folks
right
who
there.
already
People like that,
downloaded
right?
it. There were some glitches they needed to fix, post-game content they wanted to add, stuff like that. But things took a turn for the worse a few weeks later when Nintendo served them a cease and desist. A C&D is basically a legal document with a list of demands. Literally, a list of things you have to cease and desist doing. And if you don't comply with them, well, you might get sued. They found my real name and sent a letter to my house and had me sign for it and everything.
It seems like every single website these days has ads. Pi.org is a free ad
So
blocker
true,
that
man. So true.
Thing Ori told us. We immediately pulled the plug on the website and went dark across all social media. Our tenure as developers of Pokemon Uranium had come to an end. She showed us Nintendo's list of demands. Basically, never share download links again, delete your website, cease development immediately, and don't make another dime off Uranium. Before release, the Uranium
Okay.
website had ads and a donate button to help pay server costs, along with a Patreon pulling in $20 or $40 a month. It wasn't much, but it was enough to make their legal situation more precarious. So they did what pretty much anyone would do in that situation. They gave in to Nintendo's demands. Pretty soon after
Fair
all
enough.
that went down,
Fair
Uranium
enough.
got nominated for the 2016 Game Awards in the Best Fan Creation category. But Nintendo shot their nomination down too, along with one for the popular Metroid fan game
crazy.
AM2R. The Game Awards producer and host Jeff Keighley addressed the controversy in one of his live streams.
That is
I
crazy that
understand
it got
it's like it's their
nominated
intellectual
for Game
property.
of the Year.
Different
What?
game
I never knew
companies
about
will
this.
Deal with fan creators in different ways, but because we couldn't clear those games for the show, we had to remove them. I can't risk the entire show being taken down.
Keighley'd go on to say Uranium and AM2R were amazing, and he hoped their creators and Nintendo could find a way to work together someday. That never happened, obviously, but we were curious how things turned out for the Uranium devs after they rode off into the sunset. In spite of how things turned out, they were proud of what they'd accomplished. JV even heard Uranium discussed on the radio driving home one day. He never expected his fan game would get any mainstream attention, let alone so much of it. He told us, in the end, fan game development led to me being a head of product in a huge financial tech company in Brazil. What I
Ah,
do in my
that's
day-to-day
cool.
is very similar to what I used to do working on Uranium, and I'm very successful at it.
In
As
Brazil.
for Ori, she landed in a proper career too, and also does pixel art live streams. We'll drop a link if you want to tune in. You might be wondering what happened to Uranium itself, though. Are you too late? Can it still be found? Well, after the band broke up, a new team picked up the pieces and pushed forward. They fixed the bugs and added more languages and extra modes like different kinds of Nuzlocks. We don't want to narc with specifics, so we'll just say it ain't hard to find the latest version online. The current team's headed up by a couple of new folks, Iron and Unknown Entity, along with dozens of volunteer artists and translators. Before long, they're going to release a post-game expansion that was originally dreamed up by JV and Ori, who couldn't finish it themselves due to the legalities. So in the end, I guess you could say
Okay.
Uranium not only survived the fallout, it's lived on, better than ever.
Hell
And
yeah.
Thankfully, Nintendo's shown no interest in nuking what's left. That said, after taking down Uranium, Nintendo started going after other fan games too, including the absolute classic Pokemon Brown. Brown was sort of the first
What?
complete ROM hack that felt like a whole new adventure and helped inspire thousands of ROM hacks.
I've never heard
made
of this
ever
one, I don't
since.
think.
It originally came out in 2004 as a hack of Pokemon
That's pretty
Red,
crazy.
but with a new story
That's
and set in
early.
a new region called Region. And yes, that is the correct pronunciation
region?
according to its
That's kinda
creator,
funny.
Cool Boy Man. The region was loosely based on the San Francisco East Bay area in California, though the geographic inspiration was toned down so region could get relocated south of Johto to allow brown players to visit southern areas like Azalea City and the Ilex Forest. The story takes place 6 years after Gold and Silver and follows the humble
it too
beginnings of a
loud?
young
The video's
trainer as
probably
they
too
collect
loud,
8
huh?
badges, take on a resurgent Team Rocket, and ultimately become the region's champion. Like I said,
It
it's
looks
a
kinda loud.
classic old ROM hack, so the plot doesn't mess with success and mostly just remixes what came before. Brown doesn't include any fake mon. The initial release only had the original 151, while updates over the next decade added 74 more from future generations. Some new elemental types were applied to pre-existing Pokemon as well, like wind, wood, and sound. There are new cities, gym leaders, and music. It's
Wind,
basically just
wood
more
type?
than one. And thus,
Okay, that's kinda
appeals
dumb.
most to fans
Wood type
seeking
is just
90s
grass.
nostalgia. Unfortunately, Brown got hit with a cease and desist in late 2016, along with
Sand,
both
there we
of
go.
its
There we go. We
sequels.
gotta move.
That's
We gotta
right,
move.
There's a whole trilogy of region games, and Nintendo went after all of them. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of the takedowns shortly. But first, let's take a look at Brown's direct follow-up.
Goodbye, Gravity.
Goodbye, Gravity.
It's your universe.
What amazing ideas do you have buzzing around in your head? Turn your ideas into
Prism's A Hack of Crystal version set 5 years later, where you play as the child of Lance the Dragon Master.
Oh.
The story starts on a camping
That's
trip
pretty cool.
with your mom, but you soon get separated by a landslide, then venture into a dark cave where you
Are
find
we
a
fucking with
scared
this video?
angel
I'm
named
kind of fucking with
Marvin.
this video.
That'll
Is
be
this
your
good? Is
starter
this
for
good
this
content?
adventure.
Is this
But
good?
from there, you'll travel the world,
Set
get
up.
thrown in jail, blow up caves, build bridges, and lots more in your journey to reunite with your mom and eventually your estranged father. Naturally, you'll collect badges.
Should I put like
and
the
unravel
video on
region's
screen? You know,
mysteries
like I
along
don't want to
the
be
way.
like an asshole.
Prism's mostly set in the
Is
Naruto
anybody even
region,
still
but
here?
if you want to collect a dozen more badges,
I don't want to be
in
like
the
an asshole
first
and people
game,
be
you
like,
can also
wow,
return
you're
to
just
the
freaking
region
stealing
region, along
content.
with parts of Kanto, Johto, Sevi Islands, and the Tunab.
Should I put like the
Tunab's
video
the
name
setting
on
of
screen
Pokemon Blaze,
with
which
it or
was
something?
in a sort of shared universe with Cool Boy's trilogy. Nintendo eventually went after Glazed too, but we'll get to that later.
Bruh,
The full
nobody
round
fucking.
Codex is comprised of 248
Nobody
Pokemon,
finding it through my
mostly
thing,
from
bro.
the
I ain't
first
stealing
4
any viewers from
generations,
this
plus
thing.
5 brand
From this
new
video.
legendaries. Prism also
Ain't no
adds
way.
new features not seen in the original Gen 2, like full character customization, being able to run and playing as your Pokemon in certain sections, all packed
Oh.
in a highly polished wrapper with lots of callbacks to series history and lore, running at a brisk 60 frames a second.
Oh.
Just like Uranium, Prism was developed for about 9 years up until 2016.
Gotta go
a
have-
couple of months before launch,
Gotta
a
go
release trailer
rest.
racked up
Alright,
more
man.
than 1 million views
Thanks for
on
hanging out,
YouTube.
Patrick. I
Right
appreciate
after
it.
that, a playable beta debuted on Twitch
I'll
Plays
see
Pokemon, a channel with
you
hundreds
tomorrow,
of
maybe.
thousands of followers.
Again, if
Completed
I
over the
do stream
course of a
tomorrow,
couple of weeks.
it will
All that was
probably
a
be
lot
an
of attention
early
for a ROM
stream,
hack, on par with
and
what
not that
Uranium
long.
achieved a few months earlier. Prism was gonna release on Christmas Day, but just 4 days before, Nintendo sent Cool Boy a cease and desist letter. We'll flash it up on screen if you want to read it, but to summarize in layman's terms, it basically said, hey, it's cool you love Pokemon so much, and we know you're not making any money. Nintendo appreciates the dedication and passion of its fans. That said, we know who you are. We've seen your website. We have your Facebook. And this ends now.
What the fuck?
Before Christmas. So here's
Bro,
our
he making that
card
serious,
delivery.
right? What?
Demand number
No
1,
way they
immediately
fucking
cease
threatened him like
development
that.
of Pokemon
I
Prism
mean,
and never
maybe.
share what you've made thus far. Number 2, delete all download links. Number 3, just go ahead and shut down your whole website while you're at it. Number 4, confirm for us in writing that you've done all that. And number 5, never use our intellectual property ever again. You've got 48 hours to comply, or else.
Or we will
Cool Boy
kill
wondered if he
you.
was being made an example of and told us it was devastating, especially so close
Damn.
to the release date.
That is kind of
Prism
sad.
was a free game that I never profited a cent from.
That is
it was
pretty
a
sad.
passion project fueled by my love for the Pokemon IP. I still support
Dark Horse,
Nintendo,
that's
especially
pretty
since
good.
there are thousands of people who work hard to make
Can
great games.
flinch.
But when you have
Better than
unofficial
Iron Tail,
games on the App
probably.
Store with
Better than
ads and
Thrash, for sure.
microtransactions, it'd make more sense
Fuck
for
this
that
move.
to be their main priority, regardless of how he felt.
All right, gamers, I'm
ultimately
gonna
gave
I'm
into
gonna go get a
all
drink
5
real quick.
demands. But as fate would have it,
I'm gonna go get
the
some more
story
Wilder.
didn't end there. Cool Boy spent 8 years making Prism, but in the 9th year he got help finishing it, meaning some other devs also had access to the files when it was 99% complete. We won't get into the who, what, where for legal reasons, but after Nintendo's letter, one of those devs leaked Prism's source code online. When that happened, a team called Rainbow Devs picked up the pieces and finished Prism's development, with the thinking basically being, hey, Nintendo said Cool Boy had to cease and desist, but they never sent us a letter, so we don't have any legal obligations or liabilities whatsoever. Then, they released it, and Prism went on to become one of the most beloved fan games of all time. Not only that, but they've continued updating and adding content up to this very day. They also made it open source, so if something happened to them, someone else could come along and take their place. They've taken Pokemon Brown under their wing too. In fact, they released a major update for Brown this very week, fixing bugs, grammar, and adding new stuff too, like Galarian forms. All to celebrate this year as Brown's 20th anniversary. Happy birthday, Region. I'm tempted to say all's well that ends well, but the trilogy's 3rd game wasn't so lucky. Pokemon Region Adventures was a Fire Red hack taking place 15 years later in the timeline. It was developed simultaneously with Prism, though mostly under a different creator, a guy named Haruki Hanai, with Cool Boy serving as story consultant. You play as the child of Brown's protagonist, collecting badges in a new and expanded region heavily affected by the passage of time. A little more of Johto was reachable as well. Various upgrades were made to the Fire Red engine like modern XP calculations, the physical/special attack split, Pokemart inventories that scaled with your badge count, and more. Betas were released in the late 2000s, but when Cool Boy got C&D'd, shutting down Region Adventures was a stipulation in Nintendo's list of demands. As a result, the game was never finished, and big chunks like more Pokemon, cities, and an entire extra region based on Australia never got released, even though some of it had already been developed. As you can hear, it didn't end up with a unique.
At Ralph's Pharmacy, Care is making it easy to stay protected from flu, COVID, and RSV. Open 7 days a week with evening hours. Care is convenience that works for everyone. A world of care is in store.
Oh shit, ad popped up. Opera GX. It is goated though. I do
Presently,
use it.
No one's working
Opera
to
GX.
complete Region
If I ever get
Adventures,
big
but
enough,
series fans
sponsor
can
me,
still go
please.
back and play the betas, which were finished up to the first 8 gyms in Pokemon
Alright.
League and managed to win Poke Community's Hack of the Year award in 2008. As
Nice.
for Cool Boy, after his forced
Damn,
retirement
this
from
shit
ROM
goes
hacking,
back-
he
like,
went on
Pokemon
to have
hacks
a career in the games industry.
been going on
working
for a
big
long
studios
time.
like Electronic Arts. Currently, he's working on an animated pilot called Power Saurians, and
Oh.
also trying to get his own IP off the ground for a console monster tamer, the Wuxing. And before we move on, we also want to thank the
Okay.
trilogy's current producer, Kip, from Rainbow Devs, who caught us up on recent events and helped make sure everything's accurate.
Furry,
There's more
furry.
games coming up, but first, some of y'all are probably wondering, why did Nintendo suddenly get so litigious in 2016? Why not a decade earlier when Brown and other ROM hacks first rose to prominence? We talked to a Pokemon Company lawyer, who you will
Oh.
see in a future video. But for now, the relevant part of our interviews that summer 2016 is when Pokemon Go came out. Nintendo didn't want gamers going to IGN, seeing several Pokemon fan games like Uranium and Prism, and then end up downloading one of those instead. They wanted
Fair
all
enough.
eyes on Pokemon Go, so they made Uranium and Prism
Fair enough.
disappear. Simply put, they had the misfortune of getting great press at the wrong time, and despite being free fan games, executives still saw them as eating into the company profits, so they sicked the lawyers on them. To be clear, they could have sued the pants
Greedy
off them straight away,
motherfuckers.
but the cease and desists were a courtesy, a way to let them off easy, and also to prevent the Pokemon Company from getting a lot of bad press for dragging their own fans into court. That wouldn't look good on the front page of IGN either.
No,
As
it
for
would not.
Brown and Region Adventures, they got caught in the crossfire due to their connections with Prism. Later takedowns occurred for different reasons, which we'll now examine, continuing in chronological order based on the takedown date. Roblox is a game that a lot of older gamers are vaguely aware of but have never played. We won't go into too much detail, but all you really need to know is that it's an online creation system where users can make their own games inside Roblox. that
What about
other
like all the
people
Minecraft
To
mods?
say that it's popular would
Do
be
they
an
go after
understatement.
any of the
Recent
Minecraft
figures
mods?
show Roblox with
Yo, that looks like a fun-ass game. What
164
game is that?
million monthly active users, including half of all American kids under the age of 16. You heard that right. Half of all American kids play Roblox. So, of course, some of them made their own Pokemon games in Roblox, the most famous of which was Pokemon Brick Bronze. Mostly made by two brothers, Brick Bronze launched in 2015 and played pretty similar to a mainline Pokemon game. After picking any starter from the first 7 generations and finding out your parents have been kidnapped by Team Eclipse, you're
What
off
the
to
fuck?
explore the Roria region and collect
I've
8
never played
badges.
this,
There was also
but
the
I've seen
Trade
it.
Resort and Battle Coliseum for trading and battling with other players. Over time, nearly the entire National Dex was added through updates, along with Mega Evolutions and
That's
Xilbert.
pretty sick, though.
It's hard to overstate just how big a deal Brick Bronze got in its heyday. It had millions of fans, with over 800
That game was so
million
goated.
logins.
Is it not there
Let's
anymore? There
Players
is like
were
a
getting massive
Pokemon
views, mainstream
Roblox
press
game,
was
but yeah, I think it's like
covering
another
it, and the game
simulator game,
was
like
making
every
a
other
lot
Roblox game.
of money.
I
It
think I
was
played
free to
that one a
play,
little
but
bit, but yeah, I
full of
never played this.
microtransactions for everything
Kinda-
from Master Balls
kinda
to
cool.
extra PC boxes. Want to use XP share? That'll
Ah,
be
the
5
fucking
cents.
monetization
Increase your
again.
odds for finding shinies? 50 cents. If you recall, attention and especially monetization are the two things most likely to get a fan game in trouble.
Yep.
The Pokemon Company let it slide a few years, but in 2018, the Brick Bronze team announced they were getting forcibly shut down.
Damn.
There
GG's.
were other monetized
What
Roblox
the fuck
games
is that
like
running
Project
animation?
Pokemon that also had millions of players. Some of them included literally gambling for Pokemon with real money.
Let's
Pretty
go!
much all those games got shut down too, one after another. These weren't cease and desists, by the way. They were DMCA takedown notices, basically Nintendo contacting Roblox and saying, "Would you be so gentlemanly as to shut down these games, please?" And Roblox said, "Of course, happy to." Because they've got millions more games and they're not going to risk their whole operation just for a few copyright infringers. So that was that.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Afterwards, a lot of the creators went on to make other Roblox games, like the Brick Bronze brothers, who made a direct sequel called Lumion Legacy, which is still set in the Roria region, but now with legally distinct monster designs. As for the
That's
original
cool.
Pokemon games, they're long gone, but various remakes and
You
homages
upload the game
are
every time it gets
constantly
banned? That's
creeping
kinda
up
funny.
within Roblox. We won't call any of them out for legal reasons, but if you're a former fan hankering for Roblox Pokemon, they're not that hard to find.
Attention all
They're
internet
not that
users.
hard.
Stop seeing ads
to
for free
find.
when you can get paid to see them. Do you know how much of the content you see on a daily basis are actually ads? That's an ad. That's an ad.
Yeah, I'm watching your dumbass ad right now.
2020
Oh
saw
my
one of the
God,
most coincidental
pissing me
cease
off.
and desists that just so happened to land in the lap of one of the weirdest fan games. Out there on the internet, there's a site and social media app with an edgy sense of humor called iFunny. It's hard to sum up in a single sentence, but basically
Right,
it's
iFunny's
somewhere
really
between
edgy.
Instagram and 4chan.
That guy
A
sounds so
comparison that
sexy.
I'm sure
Huh?
both sites
What guy?
will
I didn't hear.
In 2017, some
What
of
the
their
hell are you
users
talking
started
about?
making a Pokemon fan game. iFunny's logo is a smiley face, so they called it Pokemon Smile. It's a fire red hack set in the America-themed F-Funny region, with a Pokédex comprised entirely of Fakemon
Catpole.
based on iFunny in-jokes and broader internet memes.
What the fuck is this
We
shit?
talked to
What?
former lead dev Greaseball, who said it's
Oh
rooted
my
in the
God.
2014 era of offensive humor and similar to 4chan's Pokemon Clover. The gameplay structure's a bit different, though. It's more mission-based, with plot points that are exaggerated retellings of moments in iFunny history and NPCs based on real-life internet personalities. Basically, it's a time capsule meant to recapture the feeling of being an iFunny user in its heyday. The Smile devs chugged away for a few years, but then in 2020, the Pokemon Company suddenly announced a new mobile app for teaching kids how to brush their teeth. This official game was called Pokemon Smile. The Pokemon Company
Oh.
might not have known the fan
This
game
guy right
even
now.
existed until they discovered the
True,
URL
true.
for
I ain't gonna lie.
PokemonSmile.com was
He
already
seems
in
Giga
use.
Chad. He's
and
probably got like a
basically
sick-ass
landing
beard.
page
That's what he
for
sounds
an
like.
offensive game trailer. We're avoiding showing the worst of it. Understandably, they wouldn't want parents confusing this with the official Pokemon Smile. The legal situation actually got kind of complicated, with Nintendo initially trying to sue. But long story short, a settlement was eventually reached with 3 stipulations: that Greaseball's team cease Smile's development, that they never use Nintendo IP again, and most
Damn, that
importantly,
kills
they
me.
had to immediately transfer PokemonSmile.com over to Nintendo. The Big N was seemingly more concerned about the site than the ROM hack, but shutting down the game ended up as part of the agreement. The legal proceedings dragged on for longer than expected, so the transfer actually happened after the official game released. Here's what PokemonSmile.com looked like on release day,
Pokemon
and
Smile.
here's what it looks like now. After the settlement, Greaseball got the legal papers printed on a t-shirt and wore it around for the lulz. He was 17 at the time of the legal proceedings, by the way. After Greaseball ran off, development was restarted from scratch by a guy named Slimebox, and rebranded as Pokemon Noon. About a year ago, they released a 10-hour demo that goes up to the second gym, and they've got a collaboration with 4chan's Pokemon
Damn,
Clover
Claire
coming,
fast as hell,
with
though.
Both games seem
Faster
to
than
include
my
crossover content from the other.
Bozo guy.
Slimebox said only the beginning of the game is deliberate edgelordism and gave us a private peek at later content currently in the works. And honestly, objectionable content
Are
or
those
not,
butter
it's hard to
dogs?
deny that they're putting in
Don't even.
insane
This
amounts
is
of
horrible.
effort
This is
into their
horrible.
ROM hack. There are currently about 24 guys who say they've only gotten more ambitious since the shutdown. The soundtrack alone is already about 100 tracks. At their current rate of progress, they're hoping for a full release before 2030.
Kanye? Wait. I
In
kinda
early
gotta play that.
2022, a fella named Dragon tweeted out this footage and said, "Last month I started working on developing a Pokemon first-person shooter." The tweet immediately went viral, racking up over 100,000 likes and retweets. IGN, Nintendo Life, heck, even USA Today wrote articles about it. In less
Why?
than a week,
Why would they
the
do that?
footage was gone.
Goofy.
Pretty much anyone who reposted it, their footage was gone too. We're actually kind of nervous including it in this video, to be honest, but whatever. The point is, lawyers found the footage and didn't like it. Pikachu and his cuddly friends getting mown down with machine guns aren't the sort of visuals that they want associated with their wholesome image. According to Dragon, Nintendo didn't sue him or even send a cease and desist. They just zapped him with a DMCA takedown, which is a lot less scary than a C&D since you don't have direct contact with a claimant and you're less likely to end up in court. Dragon said he had nothing but love for the company that got him into game design and was going to continue development, minus the Pocket Monsters. A couple of weeks later, he tweeted
Power
a
World.
video of what looked like a roguelike FPS where, quote, you travel to different worlds, upgrade guns, and fight bosses. It only got 150
This would be
likes.
crazy if this guy turned out to be the
After
Power
a
World
while,
guy.
he changed it to an online multiplayer game, which garnered even less attention.
Damn.
We reached out to Dragon for comment, but never heard back. Though we did find some
Sorry,
tweets
bro.
where he seemed discouraged that an indie dev could get stadiums worth of attention with a quick asset flip, but absolutely nothing from a game that they poured their heart and soul into. Long story short,
True.
it doesn't appear his game ever
That is
came
kinda
out,
sad.
nor is it currently still in development.
Your ideas backed by AI-powered productivity.
AI!
Introducing the Lenovo
Yeah!
AI
Yeah! AI! Yeah!
AI-powered creativity in your hands. That's smart
See, at least I'm
AI
watching the
for
ads, right?
you.
So if anybody's gonna get mad at me for reacting, I'm watching their ads. I'm
Pokemon
giving them money,
Glazed
bro.
is a ROM hack of Emerald, first released in 2012. It's pretty legendary as far as fan games go, one of the very best, and another winner of Poke Community's Hack of the Year award, which is why its setting, the Tunod region, was
What's
included as
up,
a
bro?
Game Boy
Life?
remake in
Bruh,
Pokemon
bruh.
Prism. Tunod is donut spelled backwards, because originally the landmass was a circular island with a C in the center, thus looking like a donut. That's also why it's called Pokemon Glazed. Tunod's
Haha,
geography
Pokemon
changed
Glazed,
entirely
bro.
over the game's 5-year development, but the
Quiz went
names
alright, but we
stuck.
doing it? Alright,
Tunod's located
alright.
west of
Well,
Johto,
hopefully it
which
went
players
well.
can fly up to in the post-game. It's not the same Johto you remember, though, thanks to Mount Silver's eruption destroying cities,
That's
changing
kind of a
the
cool
climate,
idea.
and necessitating
Mount
new
Silver
construction.
eruption?
After New Johto, there's Rancor, a small island chain region similar to the Sevi Islands. As far as story, Glazed takes place a few years after the events in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. You're tasked with foiling Team Fusion and their foolhardy CEO hell-bent on exploiting legendary Pokemon. And of course, collecting up to 20
If you
badges,
can't tell,
conquering 3
kind of
regions
chill
leagues
vibes
and
today.
A variety of rivals, one of which is a scarf-wearing
We
Pikachu.
are
For your starter, you get your pick of 5
EV grinding
Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup,
and
Shinx, and
watching
Riolu. The rest of
videos.
the 2-dot decks totaling over 400
Chill vibes.
Pokemon from the first 5 generations. Glazed was made by a guy named Luke Bui. But years later,
Damn, so
some
many
new luck
furries
came.
love.
Who goes by the name
I
Trainer
mean,
X.
are you really
493.
surprised? I guess.
When we talked, Trainer X said it was Brown and Prism that first got him interested in playing fan games. Then, quote, in 2018, when I played the legendary ROM hack Glazed, I ended up seeing all the
Glazed.
simple but easily fixable flaws, like that animated sprites were disabled. I originally did it just for my own playthrough, but I quickly decided I wanted to release the patch to the public. Luke Bui'd been out of the scene for years at this point, but Trainer X
Bulldoze,
found
that
him and
is
asked
such a good
permission
move,
to continue
yes.
the game's development while staying faithful to the original. Luke Bui was tickled that anyone would care so much and happily gave his blessing. So over the next few years, Trainer X added more Pokemon, fixed bugs, made a litany of modernizations, and a heck of a lot more. Suffice it to say, nowadays folks who play Glazed have both of them to thank for a legendary game that's gotten even better with time. But in 2022,
Okay.
Glazed suddenly got taken down,
Damn.
along with 3 other ROM hacks that we'll get to in a minute. A DMCA takedown notice was sent to PokeCommunity.com, where the games were available for download. PokeCommunity couldn't show us the letter because sharing
Pokemon
some of its
Glazed,
contents
bro,
was against
Glazed.
the law, but they were willing to quote
Yeah,
excerpts
again,
and confirm that
hopefully,
yes, these
you know,
4
if we
games
ain't
were
vibing with the
specifically
video,
targeted.
let me know.
It was
I'm
definitely
vibing
a
with
bit
it.
of a
I think it's
blow,
pretty
Luke
interesting.
Bui told us. But also sort of
And
an
again,
achievement
let me
since it
know
got on Nintendo's
if
radar. It had
I don't
gotten
know if I
popular
shouldn't
enough
be,
that
you know,
one
if
of
you're like
Nintendo's
rally
lawyers
down
was able to
stealing
stumble.
content.
Glazed had
But
a
I think
good,
we're
solid
chilling,
run
right?
before the DMCA,
I'm
and it
enjoying it.
influenced a lot of folks. Even
It's
today, I
interesting.
meet people who played
Hopefully
it
nobody
as
gets mad at me.
teens. It certainly would have been more devastating if it had gotten the axe before it was finished. Truth be told, the takedown wasn't as bad as he thought. It only demanded those 4 games removal from Poke Community, but didn't stop the creators from uploading elsewhere or continuing to make ROM hacks. So Trainer X kept on hacking ever
Listen,
since,
man,
and is
we got some
currently working
creative
with Rainbow
differences
devs on
right
a
here. I'm
remake of
grinding
Glazed
Pokemon,
that'll
right? Like,
expand
I ain't just
story
stealing the
and forge
video.
more
You know, I ain't
connections with
XQCing this where I'm
As
just
for
sitting
Luke
down
Bui,
watching
he
it,
traded in
right?
his spurs a long time
We got,
ago.
we,
It
I,
says ROM hacking
we
led to
got
his
meaningful
current career as a
difference.
senior software dev at a major airline. Sometime after we talked, we discovered Luke Bui's
Camaraderie. I mean,
wasn't
camaraderie.
what it seemed. It turned out Glazed hadn't gotten popular enough for Pokemon lawyers to find it. We'll reveal the truth later when it'll make more sense, but for now, all you need to know
When
is
it'll
that the
make
ROM
more
hacking community
sense.
believed these 4 games were chosen seemingly at random. Unlike Cool Boys trilogy, there was nothing tying these games together. A mysterious takedown
Time
from a
is
company
streaming
who,
till I have
until
lab
now,
from 360.
almost never struck down.
I don't know.
Another
Probably
of
same
those
time,
4
6,
DMCA
7.
games was Pokemon
5 to
Flora
7.
Sky. It's set in Hoenn, but completely
Between
remade
5 and
with
7,
new
I will end
towns,
stream.
gym leaders, and a story that draws from Emerald, as
Depending
well as the
on
movie Giratina and
what
the
we do.
Sky Warrior. It's an Emerald hack with a few upgrades thrown in, like a day-night cycle and being able to teleport and change the time of day at any Poke Center. It also gives you the choice of Gen 4's starters with hundreds of more Pokemon to catch from the first 5 generations. The game was released in 2010 by Sky, who self-inserted their own persona as the rival character. A popular hack for its time, Flora Sky hadn't received continuous updates like other games covered in this video, which made its inclusion in that 2022 takedown more than a decade after the game's completion remarkably puzzling to its many fans. The same could be said of Giratina Strikes Back, a well-reviewed Ruby hack completed in
Giratina
2016,
Ruby hack,
where you start with Eevee and collect 11 badges in the Luno region. Along the way, you'll also need to thwart Team Genesis' evil plans to conquer the planet by releasing Giratina from the Distortion World. It's pretty story-heavy compared to most ROM hacks and has some very unexpected crossovers with franchises like Metroid, Star Wars, and Digimon. But we won't spoil more than
Digimon.
that already. Incidentally, those kinds of crossovers do increase your chances of attracting Nintendo's legal attention. That's not the reason this game got hit, but it's worth keeping in mind for ROM hackers who want to stay off their radar. Back to GSB though, there's lots of familiar Pokemon as you'd expect, but Luno's also home to over 60 brand new species. Other
Nice.
alterations include
That's
being
pretty
able
cool.
to run indoors, new tile sets, and thankfully, all trade evolutions switched to evolving via Moonstone, which you can buy plenty of at shops. The guy who made Giratina Strikes Back over 5 years, a fella named Slew, told us since it was just a DMCA, he's not gonna stop hacking.
Hell yeah.
He released Scorched Silver just last month, actually, We've been too busy making this video to check it out, but Let's Players have been singing its praises and saying that it's the
Scorched
best Johto
Silver.
journey in a dog's age. The last of those 4 DMCA games, and definitely the black sheep of the family, was Pokemon Stranded. A fire red hack with no gyms, no badges, no trainer battles, Pokemon centers, or hardly anything else you'd expect in a fan game. Instead, you're stranded in the Sevi Islands, in sort of an open-world survivalist situation. The islands are full of
Interesting.
mysteries, side quests, and Pokemon you can interact with, but mostly can't catch. You can catch some Pokemon, though battling's hardly the focus. Instead, you'll spend most of your time exploring, crafting, and so on. Stranded was made by a guy named Entaro and released in 2020. There's plenty to play, but it is technically unfinished. Entaro promised to add more side quests, and presently the game doesn't even have a proper ending. That didn't stop it from racking up millions of views on YouTube, though. Fans loved his unique take on the franchise, and if anything, the legal action only seemed to amplify its notoriety.
Bro, Zwigo goated.
Entaro
That guy
last
goated.
updated the game in late 2023, and though he's kinda disappeared in recent months, last he was heard from, he was still working on it. Some of you are probably typing comments at this very moment saying Nintendo ninjas must have got him. But to reiterate one last time, this was just a DMCA takedown, which didn't preclude him from continuing to develop, release, or publicize Pokemon Stranded. You just can't do it on Poke Community. Though I should note, legally every fan game is infringing copyright, and Nintendo or the Pokemon Company can sue you at any time if they so choose. That
If they
said,
so
they almost never act on their right to do so. It's bad PR to sue fans, so unless ROM hackers are profiting or damaging sales of official games more than any other fan game, historically, your chances of getting dinged are close to nil. If you're a Pokemon fan, you've probably heard of Pal World. Many accused it of being a ripoff or said it was just Pokemon with guns, especially after some were upset that it sold 25 million copies, the same as Scarlet and Violet. Nintendo hasn't gone after Pal World itself, but when it released in early 2024, they did go after a Pal World mod. YouTuber Toasted Shoes got a pre-release copy of Pal World and paid some devs to mod Pokemon into it. They finished it before the game was even out yet. Then Toasted posted
crazy.
footage on his social media.
Bro, can I
That's
stop
kind of his
encountering
shtick,
Pokemon?
having mods made and showing them off. But this time, he flew too close to the sun. His Pokemod quickly went viral and got mass coverage from mainstream news outlets. Just 12 hours later, Nintendo had already seen it and hit him with a DMCA takedown. Again, that's getting off pretty easy. When we talked to Toasted Shoes, he said they just contacted Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube and told them to delete the videos. In most cases, that's all the DMCA takedown really is. Rumors spread that he was selling the mod or putting it behind a Patreon paywall, but he insists it was always his intention to release it for free. It didn't make much difference to Nintendo, though. Pal World already had their full attention, so of course the moment Ash Ketchum
Is this
and
like
friends got
Subway
inserted
Surfer
into the
videos?
front page of
I
Kotaku,
guess.
they were gonna know.
Less
and they
brain rot,
weren't
maybe.
gonna stand for it. Understandably, after
I
all the
think.
hubbub,
Maybe I'm wrong.
Toasted was too scared
Are
of
we
getting
fucking with
sued
it?
to upload the mod anywhere, free or not.
Do we like the brain
Presently, it
rot?
remains dormant on his PC, and no further legal action was taken. We said earlier that only roughly a dozen Pokemon games have gotten zapped, and that's true, in that only a dozen were specifically targeted. But a few months ago, hundreds of ROM hacks got shut down all at once.
Vibing with it?
Or,
Alright.
To be more precise, the site distributing
Bozo's
them got shut down.
blessing is all I
If
need.
you're a regular fan game player, at some point you might have found yourself at Relic Castle. For the past decade, they've been one of the most popular homes for new and interesting Poke hacks.
Relic
But in
Castle. I
March
wonder
of
if I have been
2024,
here.
they
I don't know.
suddenly got hit with a DMCA takedown.
Is that shooting a
Go to
Pokemon?
relicastle.com today, and this is
Yeah, that's
all
Pal
you'll
World
see.
right there.
It's gone. We talked to the site's owner, Marin. He said he doesn't have the time or energy these days to fight it. So, sadly for its fans, it ain't coming back. All its games were back.
At Ralph's Pharmacy, care is
Ralph's!
convenient for you.
Yeah!
Staying open
Dude,
evenings
really
and weekends, because
glazing.
inhalers run out even on
This
Sunday game day.
random wild Pokemon
Care
quick
is
attacks my
convenience that works
guy.
for everyone.
So
A
he doesn't
world
get the
of care is in
XP. Like
store.
you're fucking glazing.
Backed up though, and another group's currently working to upload it all somewhere else on the
Please
internet.
help you.
We won't say where, cause
What do you
you
need
never
help
know
with?
who's watching these
Nope.
days. That said, Relic Castle fans shouldn't have trouble finding out by word of mouth. As for why the takedown happened, Marin told us that they were home to roughly 500 fan games, which is only a tenth as many as Poke Community and less than many other peers as well. he doesn't know why they were singled
Bro,
out.
why they doxing
Nothing was
other
monetized or
things,
got
bro?
unusual amounts of attention lately,
Fucked
so
up.
why them?
Come on.
Well, it seems that what actually happened is that they were chosen.
Why they're like,
by
oh, this
an
other one has
artificial
more.
intelligence.
Why are you
Aaron
doing
showed
that?
us the DMCA claim, which was initiated by a company called Tracer, acting on behalf of the
I'm
Pokemon
already
Company
Tracer.
International with their authorization. Tracer's website says they use, quote, AI curated to protect and grow your intellectual property assets. They send out web crawlers to hunt for copyright infringement, basically. We got in contact with Tracer and did some outside fact-checking to make sure the DMCA
I need a
was real.
chill, addictive game
Long
that
story
doesn't
short,
really need
it's
dedicated
legit.
graphic
It seems
card.
the Pokemon Company really is using AI to enforce copyright.
I like Stardew.
Ominous news for fan game creators.
Do you like Stardew
It's
Valley?
expensive to have
You know?
lawyers track down ROM hackers
Do you
and
like
serve them legal
farming
documents, which
games?
is part of the reason why it so rarely happens.
Do you like
Especially
more
as
like
technology
survival
develops.
games
AI
like
could potentially find you in seconds for
The
pennies on
Forest
dollar.
or like
Digging deeper, we discovered Tracer was also
There's freaking
responsible for the
Balloons
DMCA that took down
TD6. You like
Blaze,
Balloons?
Stranded, and Giratina Strikes Back. That's why those 4 games got chosen and not the 5,000 other ROM
if you don't like
hacks on
if you don't like
Poke
farming
Community.
games.
It wasn't a human that randomly picked him out of a haystack.
Damn, giant
It
ass
was
Steam update
AI.
apparently.
So mystery solved, I guess. And just looking around
If you don't
online,
like-
it seems other
I would
creators
say
might have been
Stardew.
hit by Tracer
Got
as
bored
well.
of
And
Blonde.
more of these AI companies keep
What is
popping up
Blonde?
at a quicker and quicker pace, representing brands like EA, Viacom, and Tetris. Maybe this is the start of a new era the world over where AI rigorously enforces all copyrights across the entire internet. And not just
What
ROM
farming
hacks,
game?
we're talking
Stardew
the whole
Valley?
kit and caboodle. Or maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Balloons,
These AI takedowns are relatively recent, so
fair
it's
enough, fair
too
enough.
soon to know what happens next. Oh, don't get us wrong. The dystopian future is coming. You'll be watching AI YouTube videos and dodging robot lasers before you know it.
I hope
On
not,
a long
man,
enough
I hope
timeline, it's inevitable. that Pokemon
So yeah, I would say
will
Stardew
recover
Valley
the
if you're
said
fine with
AI
farming
is
games. I think that's
the industry's
perfect.
future. But for now, at least, ROM hackers.
I'm
hopefully
looking
don't
at
have
my
too
shit
much
right
to
now.
worry about. Nintendo and Pokemon's reputation
Low-key
portray
Pal
them as some of the
World,
most litigious companies out there, striking
I like
down every fan
Subnautica a
game they
lot.
can find. But the
It's
truth
not
is,
the
aside
most
from Relic
intensive on
Castle,
graphics
only
card, but
a
it's
fraction
more
of
than
1% of
other
games
things.
have been covered.
Terraria, you ever played
Most
Terraria?
released
Are you a
just the
Terraria guy?
ones that were monetized or released
How much does it
promotional
cost? Stardew
videos
was like
that got
$10.
millions of views. And even out of those, most of them weren't stopped from uploading to different websites or continuing with different developers. We should mention there were a few more games we didn't cover because their creators asked us not to and didn't want the attention.
Fair enough, fair enough.
That said, there are
That's good.
thousands of Pokemon fan games, but you could count the number permanently killed off on one hand. Suing fans is terrible PR, and Pokemon knows it.
Yeah, Stardew Valley. Here, I'll send the Steam link, I guess. It's pretty good, and it got a new update. I think I'm gonna grind it in freaking December with Team Arisu, with Ava Unit, with the PNG
We can
girl.
only hope that it stays that way, and that humanity can hold back the coming AI apocalypse for at least a little while longer.
Yeah, it's $15, so not the most expensive.
Did you know? Hitmonchan is named after Jackie Chan in the English versions of Pokemon, but that isn't the case all around the world. In
Oh, they
Japan,
got a different
Hitmonchan
guy
is
now.
named after
This guy does not have as much
boxing
aura
champion
as the other
Hiroyuki
guy.
Ebihara, and in France, he's named after Mike Tyson. In total, there were 6 different language versions of Pokemon's first generation:
kinda fun.
Japanese, English,
kinda-
French, German,
did
Spanish,
you
and
already-
Italian.
maybe
and
I'll
they're
get
all
it.
different
Yeah, it's
in
pretty
their own
good.
unique
It's
ways.
highly
Some
acclaimed.
deviations were pretty minor, like how the TV in Pallet Town is playing the movie Stand By Me in all 6 versions, except for in France. The game's French translator was a huge anime fan, so he changed the TV's description to an episode of Dragon Ball. But other changes
Oh,
were more
that's cool.
significant, like the one that gave birth to Bim, a Pokegod exclusive to the German fandom.
What the
For
fuck?
today's episode, we managed
What
to
is
hunt
that?
down some of the translators who worked on Pokemon Red and Blue, and they spilled the beans on how it all went down back in the 90s. So I hope you'll forgive any mispronunciations on my part as we explore how the first generation of Pokemon games were changed all around the world. Pokemon first launched in Japan in early 1996 as Pokemon Red and Green. These versions featured the original 151 Pokemon sprites, none of which
Marisu
were ever used internationally.
made
About
me
9 months later, Red
download
and
the
Green were
Pokemon
followed up with
trading
Pokemon
card
Blue,
game,
a
the
new
new
and
like
improved
app that
version
everyone's been
with updated graphics and fewer
raving
glitches.
about.
In Pokemon
It's pretty
Blue,
cool.
all 151
Got some cool
Pokemon were
shit.
given brand
I
new
love the
sprites,
sound
and
design
trees,
on it. It's like
grass,
fun. It
signposts,
has so many fun
stumps, and
noises.
lots more visual details were
Have I ever
upgraded as
played
well.
Age of
And there were other
Empire?
small
I have
changes,
not,
like
actually.
new Pokedex entries and a new layout for the Unknown Dungeon. All the international versions were mostly based on Japanese Blue, so the unique details only present in Red and Green, like the original sprites, weird glitches, and old graphics, were never seen outside of Japan. Much to everyone's surprise, Pokemon became a massive success in Japan. Even Game Freak was shocked when it climbed to #1 on Japanese sales charts.
Hell yeah.
The games got so unbelievably popular that Nintendo
SharkBite Max.
SharkBite!
The next generation of plumbing fittings is here. With its innovative push-to-connect technology, SharkBite Max quickly fixes
Love that
leaks
game. What?
or
The
transitions
trading
pipe
card
time.
game?
Nintendo decided to export the franchise overseas.
I like the
starting with the
cards,
largest
but I
economy
never
in the
really like
world, the
played the
United
game.
States.
I kind of just
Instead
collected
of Red
them, you
and
know.
Green, the games would be called Red and Blue. This was a marketing decision, as those are the colors of the American flag and could perhaps boost sales in the region. But there was more to consider beyond just the game's titles. Localizing Pokemon for the American market was a huge investment, and Nintendo viewed it as a gamble that was probably going to end up losing them a lot of money. In 1999,
Man, they had no
Pokemon Company
faith.
CEO Ishihara shed some light on the situation.
And now look
the
at me.
time, it was widely believed that American kids would never want to play games with a lot of text, so we thought Pokemon only had about a 10% chance of
They
success
thought
outside Japan.
American
The
kids
first
were
time
dumb
we
as
showed
hell,
off some Pokemon
bro.
in the US, we were told they
They're
were
like, they
too
don't want to
cute.
fucking
The staff
read.
in America submitted their ideas for replacement
Why?
designs, but we just couldn't believe the kind of stuff they were proposing. They turned Pikachu into something like a tiger with huge breasts. It looked like a character from the musical Cats.
What?
When I asked,
Huh?
how is this supposed to be
Why did they do
Pikachu?"
that?
They said, well look, there's its tail right there. Seriously, that was the kind of stuff being proposed. But fortunately, Game Freak put their foot down and refused to change the Pokemon's designs. If they hadn't, the results could have
Who
been
wanted to put
disastrous. The Pokemon designs
boobs
were
on
left
Pikachu?
intact,
Hold
but
on.
Nintendo
Hold
did
on.
end up changing
Let
most
me
of
rewind
Pokemon's
this.
names.
What?
All the
Who?
thing like a tiger with huge believe the kind of cute. The
Staff in America submitted their ideas for replacement designs, but we just couldn't believe the kind of stuff. They turned Pikachu into something like a tiger with huge breasts. Okay, you know, furries are gonna furry.
Staff in America submitted their ideas for replacement designs, but we just couldn't believe the kind of stuff they were proposing. They turned Pikachu into something like a tiger with huge breasts. It looked like a character from the musical Cats. When I asked, how is this supposed to be Pikachu? They said, well look, there's its tail right there. Seriously, that was the kind of stuff being proposed.
That's kinda funny, though.
Fortunately, Game Freak put their
Not gonna
foot
lie,
down
that's kinda
and
funny.
refused to change the Pokemon's designs. If they hadn't, the results could have been disastrous. The Pokemon designs were left intact, but Nintendo did end up changing most of the Pokemon's names.
How many monitors do I have?
All the big words,
two.
the ones in
Only
all
two.
caps, like character and Pokemon
Not only
names,
two, I guess.
cities,
Two's a good
items,
amount.
and attacks were created by Nintendo of America
But yeah,
staff
my
members
second
here
monitor
in
right now
Nakamura,
is
with
kind of
help
all
from
jumbled
Nintendo
up with
Treehouse
both
and
of
an
my
assistant. All the
chats
small
on
words,
screen
comprising
and
about 99% of the game's text were all translated by
here.
just one man, a Canadian freelancer.
I'm
named
gonna
Nob
do something
Ogasawara.
here.
We got a chance to interview
YouTube.
Nob for this video, and he
YouTube, I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm going to only stream on Twitch right now. If anybody's in the YouTube chat, come over to my Twitch. Links in descriptions across my channel. But this is just a grind stream, and when it gets chill like this, I like doing it only on Twitch. So, goodbye, YouTube. Bye-bye.